guys, it's Windwolf and welcome back to another speed build for today. Today we are doing a Real The Sims type thing. The picture on the right is my inspo picture. I copy the exterior as best as I can. This is the second installment of my EcoCity series that I'm doing. I'm making an entire city on one lot in The Sims 4. This is the New Crest lot. I believe it's like a 50 by 50 or something. It's a very large lot, so that's what I'm doing. In terms of packs, the house itself is limited pack. It uses spa day, fitness stuff, parenthood, island living, get together, get to work, and kids stuff. I think that's everything. The most important packs are parenthood and probably fitness stuff and spa day, just because the exterior is based off of those packs quite a bit. You don't really need the kids stuff pack. You'll probably be fine without island living. Yeah. I didn't use that many items from there. In fact, I tried not to use the kids stuff pack. I think I just accidentally used it somewhere, so now it's a part of the build. You can download this build separately. I will also post the entire EcoCity when I finish it, but this house will be on the gallery if you want it. I feel like it didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to. The inspo picture just looks super cool, and I think because of the Sims grid system, this house looks a lot like wider, you know? And so it doesn't look as quaint and tiny and fun. Interestingly enough, I think the exterior of the house looks quite big because it's so blocked, but the interior is not that big at all. In fact, you'll see that I end up doing split living for the house, which I don't think I really necessarily needed to do, because I probably could have not had a ginormous staircase, because obviously ginormous staircases take up like a 2x4, and that's like a significant amount of space in a room. But I wanted to do like a fancy staircase for this house because I felt like it would have like a nice staircase. So yeah. So essentially the kitchen is downstairs and then the living room is upstairs along with the bedrooms. That's what I mean by split living. So yeah. I don't know if I like the way this build like turned out. I think it looks a little bit weird. When I first made it, I was like, oh yeah, this looks really good. And then I looked back on it and I was like, I don't really like it that much. Also, I think in the picture they use this space under this like block area I'm making right now as like a pool, like patio or something, or some sort of like rooftop patio or party place or something. I didn't add that because I didn't want to add a ladder into my house. I just felt like it made the interior look a little bit weird. So I didn't end up doing that, but if you guys want to have that sort of like cool party aspect to the house, I highly suggest you guys make a patio upstairs, maybe add a hot tub, a grill, all that kind of stuff would be probably super cool. Or like a campfire and stuff. I just didn't want to add too many things because I can't add those like fire things unless you guys have get outdoors or whatever, the outdoor pack. So kind of limited in that sense, I guess. Yeah. Now that I've talked a lot about... this house is kind of expensive. I think it's somewhere between 60 to 80k. I realize that's a very big frame of how much it might cost, but I can't remember how much it costs, to be entirely honest with you. So I think it's somewhere between 60 to 80k. I'm not certain. Yeah, now that I'm done talking about the build, we can rant about other things. Like the fact that I just started university again. I'm so stressed about it. I'm so insanely stressed about it. Okay, so we've already had a quiz on the first week of school. We had a quiz on Friday. I don't think I did that well on the quiz. I feel like I looked at the concepts and I was like, where did this even come from? Which is like just a bad sign if you're like looking at a quiz and you're like, where did that come from, the material? That's probably a bad sign. So I'm like concerned. He already posted the answer key and everything, so I'm like going back and looking through and seeing if I should have how do I know how to do that stuff? I don't understand. So that was not a good start to the semester. And then also I stayed up until 5 a.m. last night finishing a homework assignment that I had started, and then I never finished it, and then the last problem took a lot longer than I thought it would. So I ended up spending a lot of time doing that. Although granted, I spent about an hour just making it into a PDF that I could send it into, because obviously I have to upload everything through Gradescope since I'm remote. And so I have to like add all these little things. Like I had to add a PDF from a Word document into it, and then I had to like add in graphs, like pictures of the graphs that I made, because usually you just print them out and like send it in, but because I'm not doing it that way, I didn't print them out. I like added them individually into each. Does that make sense? I edited the PDF I made by inputting images into the PDF, and that took a lot of time, And then for a second, I was really confused because he didn't let you like upload PDFs. You had to upload images. So it's like I wasted all this time making a PDF. And then I found out later on. So then I started taking screenshots. I tried to submit it through screenshots, and then I exited out because I was annoyed and I felt like I was doing something wrong. And then I came back in, and of course you can upload a PDF. And I was like, of course you can upload a PDF. Why wouldn't they let you upload a PDF? So I don't know why I didn't see that option the first time. I feel like I clicked on it and just immediately took me to images, like insert images, and I was like, oh, images. I don't have images. So that I spent quite a bit of time. I think I spent like an hour just submitting it. So I ended up going to bed at like 5 a.m. I got in the habit of waking up at 9 a.m. in the morning, which is pretty good because during the break I was waking up at 11. Like, even if I set an alarm, I would wake up at 11. Whereas now I set an alarm for 10:30 and I woke up at 9 just automatically. And even yesterday I woke up at 9 and it was the weekend. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm happy that my schedule's like getting back to being up in the morning. Unfortunately, I do have to wake up at 6 a.m. So we're getting there slowly. But that's, happening. So yeah, stressed about school already on the first week. I guess officially I'm on the second week, but whatever. Although when I'm talking about this, I'm posting this like 3 weeks later than when I'm actually doing this voiceover. So for you guys, I think it'll be like the end of February and I'm sitting here ranting about my first week of school. But that's okay. It's just because I pre-record all my material right now. I'm 2 weeks ahead because I want to be able to get content out for you guys every week. And like last semester where I just gave up on YouTube for like a whole 6 months, I think I just stopped posting completely. So yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to actually post. Or we're at least going to try to. Obviously, I'm going to focus on school the most because I think school is my most important thing. But I will also try to post still. Because I think this is like nice. I enjoy doing this in my free time. So hopefully I can do this to decompress. I just feel like lately I've been doing a lot of work such that I don't even have time to like decompress. Yeah. Also, the accent houses in this home are mint green, like this kind of pale mint green color, and I really like it. And this is the first time I've carried a color consistently throughout the entire house. I feel like usually I kind of alternate my color scheme from each room, which I think is an uncommon thing. I don't think many people do that, but I do. So yeah. And then this is the exterior area with the play area. Anyways, I think I recorded a tour. So you guys are going to like skip into me talking, but it'll be talking like past me. Anyways, yeah. So let's get onto that. Guys, so I want to do a quick tour before I end the video. You guys can skip to the screenshots if you don't want to watch the tour. Ultimately, I think this build just doesn't translate all that well to The Sims. I do think it doesn't look that much like the picture just because mine looks like wider or like longer, I guess. And I think that's just because to get all the details and the blocking the way the picture had, I had to make the house wider than it actually is in IRL. So unfortunately I don't think it translates that well, but I still think it's a cool house. I think I just lost the love I had for the exterior the way I did in the picture. So if we walk in, we have this little platform stair area, which I really like. I did, by the way, mismatch the bricks on purpose, but I think people are going to think that's accidental. So, oh well. Okay, so you come into this entryway, with just some like typical decorations and a mirror so you can check yourselves before you leave. And here's the first bathroom. I think it's a half bathroom and it just uses some like sleek tiling, parenthood cabinets, and yeah, tile, and that's it. Green was sort of the accent color for this house. You walk over here, you have the dining area. I would have put this on the dining table, but for the aesthetic, I kept it separately. Honestly, I don't use these chairs in The Sims because they're annoying, but I did put one in there since it's supposed to be a family house. And then this is the kitchen, which I actually really like how clean it looks. I don't use Parenthood very often, but I've started using it recently in some items, so I actually really like how this turned out. And then you also have this super cool trash can because this is supposed to be an eco house. Walking up the stairs, oh, I'm going through the walls. Walking up the stairs, we have this, which I just made. I don't remember what I used, but yeah. And then you have this super cool little planter area that I was really happy about. I don't know, I had this extra space and I was like, what the heck am I going to do with that? So I just made it a little plant decoration corner, which I'm really happy about. And then in here, you have the living space. So this is split living. by that I mean you have the kitchen downstairs and the living space upstairs. I really like how this living room turned out. I like how it looks so childish. I feel like usually I try to make mine very perfect, and this on the other hand really looks like a house that has children in it. You know, it has the dollhouse over here, it has these kids pictures. I just really like this house. I like the color scheme of it. I like the mint, although I do think the stripes make these look like patio chairs rather than inside like couches. And yeah, then you just have a bookshelf on the other corner. I also really like what the lighting does to this room. And that's it for this one. And then if we go in this door, this is the shared kids room, which I really like. It's super weird shape, but I think it turned out okay. So on this side you have the toddler bed. Unfortunately, none of these people have end tables because it just wouldn't fit. Here's the kids area, and then you have a little desk. You can put a computer on here. We already have the Wabbit tablet, which is for toddlers. So yeah, so that's like the little desk corner. There's a bookshelf on this corner. There's a chair so you could read to your toddler if you wanted to. And then there's just a dresser with makeup and stuff, because I figured maybe she's like a teenager or like a tween, you know, kind of getting into makeup type thing. Although some kids just play with makeup. And then over here is the parents' room. Also really nice, much more muted than the other room is. It uses white, once again the green as an accent color. Usually I don't carry my accent colors all the way through the house, but this time I did. You have a desk here because I realized that I have no space to put an office. And then you also have this little one-way balcony attached, which has an easel on the outside. So yeah. And then if we walk, sorry about the glitching. I'm sorry. We walk over here, we have the last bathroom. Once again, I tried to make it a little bit more childish with the shower choice, with the curtain choice, and then just some clutter. Usually I do two, what do you call them? Two cabinets, or no. Oh my god, my brain. Two islands. Not islands, but you guys know what I mean. I mean, I'm not going to finish that sentence because I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, yeah, so that's the interior of, whoa, okay. Yeah, so that's the interior of the home, and then we get to the outside here. We have this like cool little pathway. Also ignore these like strips that I have going on right here. I haven't decided how I'm going to do the landscaping for the rest of this, so this, I'm not sure if it's always going to be there. And I don't actually have that on the gallery either, so you can walk through this little stone path. You come to this little area over here that has some kids' toys, a swing set, and a monkey bar, and then some potted plants, and that's it. I think I didn't want to use the toddler pack because I am doing this limited pack build, but if I had the toddler pack for use, I would add like some toddler toys like the slide or the scary ball pit that everyone talks about. That I would have added, but I didn't want to because obviously I'm limiting packs. So yeah, this house is downloadable on the gallery separately, so it won't be on this massive lot. I think I placed it on a 30 by 20 or 30 by 30 lot, so you can download it there. It doesn't fit on a 20 by 15 lot because it's too wide for the 15 part of it, so you're gonna have to have at least a 20 by 20 to fit this house. But yeah, that's the entirety of the video. I hope you guys liked this video. As always, if you do, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think about the exterior because I'm not a huge fan of it. Do you guys think it looks like the inspo picture? Do you guys think it doesn't? I don't know. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, if you like me, hit the subscribe button, and if you really like me and want to be notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you next time.